So WWE2K25 is now seemingly on its way, as WWE2K themselves have announced 2K25 is on its way. During the Raw episode on Netflix, there were a few things we saw. We saw Roman Reigns walk into the 2K office, basically confirming he will be the cover star of 2K25. And also 2K ended up releasing a few screenshots of superstars like CM Punk, Liv Morgan, Cody Rhodes, and Damian Priest. So, I was definitely asked several questions about 2K25 on my live stream today, so I thought I'd make this video and give you guys what I am hoping for in 2K25. Things that I am fully expecting is quite possibly a Roman Reigns showcase, where we see him go from being the big dog to the tribal chief. And also, I could also see them doing a Beat the Tribal Chief mode. For those who may not have never played WWE 2K14, they did a mode for The Undertaker called Defeat the Streak. You could defeat the streak, you could defend the streak, and you could do a complete slobber knocker as The Undertaker, which that's what Defend the Streak was. So basically, you could play a mode with really hard difficulty settings against The Undertaker, and you had to beat him with all of his supernatural stuff, where he will randomly grab you while he's laying down for a chokeslam, or he'll quickly grab you for like a Hell's Gate. That was really hard. I remember that being really hard, and I remember feeling really good about it when I eventually did defeat The Undertaker. Now, those were some good fun game modes. Another thing, so basically the Roman Reigns mode, I could see it either being like a tribal combat match or like a bloodline rules match. It's still sort of the same thing, where like, you gotta beat Roman Reigns, even though Jimmy will get involved, Jay will get involved, Tama Tonga, Tangaloa, Solo Sikoa, like all the bloodline guys getting involved. Like, there's gonna be a lot of bloodline shenanigans during the match, and you got to overcome the odds. You got to overcome the tribal chief odds. You got to overcome the tribal combat odds and overcome the bloodline rules odds and defeat Roman Reigns. It could be like a mode where like he's the undisputed champion and you can pick whoever you want to go up against Roman Reigns at a WrestleMania, and you got to defeat him to become the champion. That would be an interesting game mode. I think that would be interesting, you know, to see how that would work. I think that would be an interesting game mode for Roman Reigns if they want to go down that road, which, you know, I think would be an interesting, I think that would be very, very interesting if they want to go down that path. Another thing I kind of want them to do is add the Iron Survivor this year. Now, as you know, whenever I do an Iron Survivor in my universe mode, I would just do it as a regular Fatal 5-Way, but with a time limit, like how the Iron Survivor has it, but also there's no penalty box. So, it's basically whoever has the most pinfalls or submissions by the timer expiring ends up winning, just without superstars going into a penalty box, basically. So I'm hoping they include that this year. I'm also hoping they include that this year, so then that way, you know, like every time someone gets pinned, you see them going into the penalty box, and then there's a timer on when they come back in. I think that would be really fun. I think that would be a lot of fun. And it would also save us the trouble, and it would save us the trouble to keep creating the match over and over and over again. So, there's that. And I'm also hoping Universe Mode gets like a complete overhaul. Like, I really want it to be like WWE 12's Universe Mode, or even like SmackDown vs. Raw's, like kind of like really early Universe Mode, like what it was start. Like my favorite universe mode was always WWE12 and WWE13s. But later, Universe Mode just became very, very bland and not very fun. And Universe Mode is my go-to for these games. And I know they've added GM Mode, which, you know, is still like a Universe Mode, but instead, like, there's a draft and all that. And that's another thing I think Universe Mode needs to include, and that is a draft. Like, have like a draft after every WrestleMania, and there's like multiple rounds, and you get to pick superstars multiple rounds, and you can pin whichever brands against each other for like a draft or something. And I think it'd be a load of fun. Or do it like in WWE12 and WWE13. Include a randomizer where like you pin two superstars from Raw and SmackDown against each other. Winner gets a draft pick for their brand. Regardless, I think the WWE Draft needs to make a comeback in Universe Mode. I think it really needs to make a comeback. I know it's something we've been asking for a very, very, very long time, ever since the draft came back in 2016, and we've never gotten it. So, I feel like this is definitely something I definitely do not see coming in to Universe Mode. The only thing I could see them doing with Universe Mode is probably adding more rivalry systems, making the rivalries a bit more, maybe a bit more functional and all that, and maybe just say, hey, you know, we won't change. I just don't think they will change really much of it. Like, but the biggest change for me is definitely including a draft in it. I know my faction will be sticking around, but I would love it if my faction was gone. It's not a mode I play. It's not a mode I play, but I definitely think they're going to keep that around just for the sake of money and all that, so I don't see that really changing. I kind of want Showcase Mode gone, and the reason why I want it gone is because it's just not fun. It's not as fun as Road to WrestleMania. Like, if you guys were with me, if you guys were playing during the SmackDown vs. Raw days, like, SmackDown vs. Raw 2009, 10, 11, and 12 all had Road to WrestleMania stories. And I thought a lot of those Road to WrestleMania stories were fun. They were unique. They were like created storylines. They were like custom storylines that you could create in a universe mode. Like, imagine Roman Reigns feuding with, like, imagine having Roman Reigns feud with someone you've never seen him feuding with. Or like Seth Rollins, you know, in a situation you never really see him in, you know what I mean? Like I just think Road to WrestleMania was such a fun storyline, and also in the Road to WrestleMania storylines, you see people as champions who you never see champion. Like in Edge's storyline in SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, Mr. Kennedy was the WWE champion. Someone who never became WWE champion. So you could create, they could come up with anything. They could come up with anything unique for the Road to WrestleMania storylines. They could even do one for NXT if they even want to. But all I'm saying is, I feel like Road to WrestleMania is way more fun than just than Showcase Mode. I know Career Mode isn't going to go away, but I'm not really a fond of Career Mode. Like, I enjoyed Season Mode or 24/7 Mode. The only reason why I did is because you could play as a superstar. And also you could simulate matches. You didn't have to play every single one you were in. You could just simulate them all, and because your character was a really good character, they would always win. So I think story mode's better than career mode, but you can also do story mode with your custom character, but they will be going through the same storylines as if you were playing a regular male character. Career mode is just, oh, you're on the indies, or you're a second generation superstar and you're trying to make it into the business, like LJ and all that. I'm just not a fan of that stuff. I think that's kind of boring. It got stale after several years because, you know, 2K15 ruined it. 2K15 and all that. I think it's gotten stale. I think the career mode thing's gotten stale. I think they should really get rid of that. Something for more, like, the story modes from the old SmackDown vs. Raw games. But I don't see them getting rid of career mode either. I don't really see them getting rid of career mode either. Another thing I would like to see more is updated entrances and updated ring attires. Basically, Roman Reigns needs to stop doing this in every WWE game up to this point. He no longer does that. He's not the big dog anymore. He now does this. He should now be doing, he should now be raising the one up. And no, I should not only have to see this entrance if he's a champion. I want to see the entrance all the time, whether if he's a champion or not. Drew McIntyre no longer has his sword, so I don't want to see him doing this anymore in 2K. I mean, sure, you can keep the entrance, but, you know, but I just think he should have a more updated entrance where he just stands on the stage like this and then he goes, and then Pyro goes off. Damian Priest is another one. I kind of want to see his entrance updated where he goes like that and then Pyro late to the party, or non-Pyro Pyro, or just the non-Pyro Pyro goes off where he swings his hands out. And also, I think Bayley got an updated entrance in one of the screenshots they showed, because she was... I think she has an updated entrance as well, because from the screenshots it looked like she's got a new entrance. Will Liv Morgan get a new one? Probably not. I kind of hope she has a champion entrance, you know, when she's got the title and she's spinning around and waving the title up, you know, like how she did in real life. I kind of hope they give her a champion entrance. Because she was champion for so long, gotta give her a champion motion. Gotta give her a champion motion, because she was champion for a while. I'm trying to think of other people. Oh yeah, Alexa Bliss and Carmella, they should not be given the same ring attires that they've had since 2K23. I kind of want them to get new ones. Also, I want the Creed brothers to get a new one, because they've been having, because the one they had in 2K24 is the same one they had in 2K23. I want them to be in their American-made clothes. I want them to be wearing their American-made ring attires. I don't want anything Diamond Mine related. I want everything to be American-made for the Creeds and Ivy Nile. So, yeah. So, just want to point that out there. Some updated ring attires will also be great. Like Johnny Gargano getting an updated one, because he had the same one from 2K23. Alexa and Carmella should have updated gears. Blair Davenport should have an updated gear, because, you know, she's had the same one since 2K23. I just want the wrestlers to be updated. I don't want every single character having the same attires that they've been wearing for the last several games, because it honestly gets annoying. It honestly gets very annoying where they're wearing the exact same clothes every single game. I want Cora Jade to now have her purple hair with the purple attire she now wears. I want Roxanne to be updated with with a newer entrance. Maybe Roxanne should get an updated entrance now because she's a heel. But yeah, but yeah. The point is, I don't want rehashed ring attires. I don't want rehashed ring attires from 2K24. Every ring attire in 2K24 needs to be binned. Every ring attire from 2K24 needs to be binned, and something new needs to be added. Like, give Jey Uso a new. Give him one of his Yeet shirts. Give him one of his Yeet shirts and all that. Returning characters in the games who are not in 2K24 will most likely be Andrade and Naomi, because they were not in the games. They were not in 2K24, so that's a plus. So it'll be good that they'll be in the games. Saves a few extra created slots for me. Saves extra created slots for someone like me who likes having created slots. I'm also predicting Julia, Stephanie Vakir, Motor City Machine Guns, Penta, maybe. I think he's a stretch. But what I'm trying to say is that I think the people who've recently debuted, like Julia, Stephanie, and the Machine Guns, I'm fully expecting them to be DLC, because if I know 2K, they will make them DLC just to make us buy them. Oh, you want to get your hands on these characters? Well, we're going to put them behind a $15 DLC. We're going to put them behind a $15 DLC. You want them? Pay $15, buddy. If you want these characters. That's what I see them doing. Obviously, AOP will be in the games now, because they weren't in the other ones. Not that I'm going to use them. Not that I would probably use them, but they're going to be there. People like the Tongas are going to be there. Jacob Fatu, maybe they're... Like, I don't think they will be DLC, but who knows? But who knows? But yeah, I think a lot of who are recently new will definitely either be DLC or they will just be added to the game, or they'll get added to the game. So they claim that this game is going to be better, bigger, bolder, and better than 2K24. Well, everyone considered 2K24 a 2K14 remake, and that didn't turn out to be true. It was just 2K13 with better graphics, or just slightly better, or just slightly a few extra things improved. So I'll definitely be keeping an eye on a lot of the things for WWE2K15. So yeah, those are my quick thoughts on 2K15, on 2K25. I think I've been saying the games wrong the entire time. But yeah, 2K25 is on its way. Roman Reigns will be on the cover. And yeah, everything I just said in this video is something I really hope happens, but I don't think it will. I just think it'll be exactly the same as 2K24. There'll be really no major changes. It'll just be 2K24 with maybe just a few extra perks and updates to certain game modes, and that's about it. I don't really see anything major happening. But we will have to wait and see. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.